And Senator Orji Kalu said IPOB agitations led to over 30,000 deaths and economic destruction in the southeast. Well, IPOB responded sharply, denying the claim and asking him to provide evidence. This back and forth we shall discuss on alternative mindsets. Thank you for joining us, Mr. Peter. And thank you, Mr. Philip.
Thank you.
Philip, are you tired?
Not really.
Are you tired of Nigeria's problems?
Well, if I'm tired of Nigeria's problem, where will I go to? Nigeria is my country.
The way you said not really, like, okay, let's just do this. These people are tired.
It's not as if it's something we are enjoying, but what else can we do?
Now, do you think that the senator's remark is just throwing figures around? Because where did 30,000 come from?
Exactly. You know, Senator Orji Uzor Kalu recently has been in the forefront of whether is the PRO to the president or is the PRO to the ruling party. I don't know what he's actually doing, but I'm not surprised. You know why?
Why?
Senator Kanu is the first person sentenced, found guilty and sentenced, and find a way around the corner after spending time in jail, whether it's from Court of Appeal or the Supreme Court, or the matter was reversed back to the Court of First Instance for a trial, because I take you to the words of Senator Adams Oshomole, if you come to APC, your sins are forgiven. Because of the APC, that's only when such thing could happen. So APC haven't done so much for him. He's doing everything possible to keep APC afloat, even to the point of mortgaging his own people. Because if he claimed that 30,000 Igbo death and destruction of business were caused by the agitation of Nnamdi Kanu and the rest of them, where, like the spokesperson of IPOB rightly put, where are the evidence to substantiate this your proof? He had to, because he who alleges should prove. Now, can IPOB, I'm coming to you, Peter, can IPOB, wash their hands off of this and say, well, there was no violence at all, that is, or there were no criminal elements that acted in their name? Can they credibly distance themselves from this?
No, they can't. No one say about this Baba movement. If you're not careful, it will be hijacked. But let's look at these things broad-wise. Before IPOB, there was Mosop, led by Owazirike, agitating for fair deal for Igbo in the Nigerian enclave. All the other government do, they manage him. When IPOB came on board, it didn't even come under APC. IPOB was before APC. Obasanjo saw IPOB through. Yaradua saw IPOB. Jonathan saw IPOB. Then APC came and made IPOB popular. This was a peaceful movement. Let's just not forget that. It was a peaceful movement until Nigerian government attacked it and made it popular, made it gain traction within the eastern region, made their voice louder. They were like everyone, like Mosop. We knew they were there, but nobody paid attention to them. Until Nigerian government attacked them. See, it's shameful that people like Orji Uzor Kalu never spoke about extrajudicial killing that happened during that period. Happened to have at least have stayed in the East. I saw what happened in Aba. A lot of us did not stand in for IPOB. Like me, for one, I still believe in one united Nigeria. See, we don't understand the power of figure. We are 230 million people. Why do you think America is interested in what is happening in Nigeria today? If we're a nation of 5 million, the world will be trusted. You see, there's a stretched number. As a united Nigeria, we have power to bargain and negotiate things. So I want to put that outside the line so that people understand I believe in one Nigeria. But when this happened, Igbo leaders, no one spoke up, no one came in defense. When they were extrajudicial killing them, then if you were IPOB JC or you identified with IPOB, Military will come and pick you up. And a lot of people will never return to their families. Orji Kalu never said anything about it. Orji Kalu ruled the IPOB for 8 years. Go to Abia today. Go ask anybody. You might not be able to pinpoint what this man did in Abia State. Now, what he's doing now is just politics. He's positioning himself to be next president after Babio. It's not about self-interest. He's trying to he's mortgaging his people for his own personal gains. He said 30,000 people died. Doesn't know what the meaning of 30,000. Doesn't know the meaning of that number. 30,000. Where did he get statistics from? I want to know. He said he had businesses in Aba that was affected. The truth is that a lot of businesses were affected. You cannot have a business that does not run on a Monday that you will not be affected. The incomes that you ought to be on Monday, they are gone. IPOB has its own negative effect on the Eastern region. Nobody can take that away from it. But my stance remains that APC government made it what it is. They made it popular. They made it violent. And they should take responsibility for it.
Now, one of the counterclaims of the IPOB was that the violence was orchestrated by the government, by government forces and politicians. You subscribe to that, or they're just shifting blames?
You see, that's what you just said. You made them a monster, and then you have to deal with the monster.
No, you may.
Yes, because look at it. Nnamdi Kanu was granted bail. He was on bail, and he was at home in faraway Abia State. What happened? The Nigerian government, through the Nigerian army, attacked his home. The rest is history, you know. So when I'm not speaking for IPOB, but this is the reality. When you made a monster of a person, you have caused, you have opened a can of worm. Whatever worm that, came out of the can, you have to deal with it. Yes, he rightly pointed out, although I don't know how IPOB was, that it was a peaceful movement until the federal government attacked them. Whichever way it was attacked.
I mean, can we say they were peaceful with all of, some of the inciting statements that they made? Was it entirely peaceful simply because they were not out on the street maiming people? I mean, some of those statements had the ability to put it. We saw those tapes.
Every sensational movement, you have it. See Spain. These people from Spain, Barcelona's end, that's something they call them. They want to secede for Spain. You see, you cannot have that without having a little bit of utterances that might incite the government. But what I'm trying to say, other government manage it well. Jonathan managed it well. Our former president, Olusegun Obasanjo, managed it well. They did not give them relevance. These people gave them relevance. A lot of Igbo were not interested in it.
So when
it's ordinary attack. I'm going to listen. And what they did, let me tell you what led to that violence aspect. When you remove Nnamdi Uzor Kalu, there was just to hustling to become the next leader. So now his style of leadership was removed. Then he had splinter groups within it. Somewhere seized one. One other guy in the east seized one. There were counter instructions. At the point, one of the groups said, Monday sit at home has ended.
Some of our group said no, it hasn't.
So
now, when we have problems like this, what is a workable political solution? Before we even get to the solution, Mr. Philip, do you think or do you agree that, now that Nnamdi Kanu is behind bars, the entire movement has been neutralized?
I don't think so. I think what we actually need at this point is for the government to go back to the drawing board and see where they got it wrong. And find solution. When a man admits that I made mistake, it is easy for him to make amend. It's only when a man refuses to admit his mistake that you have problem. We have the likes of Sunday Igbo, whose problem has been, who were agitated for Dudu, Republic, has been resolved. We have the likes of Tompola and others who were agitated for, the manifestation of the Niger Delta, and those people were sorted out. That's why we are saying that, look, it was the government mismanagement. That's why I use the word, they made monster of them. You see, there's a way you manage these people. It wouldn't have escalated to the way it is now. But never say never. No, it is better to late than to be late. So now that we have come to this point, and Nnamdi Kanu is in their custody, and he pronounced as convicted of whatever it is, They can still sit down with it, because don't think that you have Nnamdi Kanu in your custody, then the IPOB is gone. Like he said, the moment Nnamdi Kanu was picked up, it created more problem because they were splinter group. Those splinter group are still there. Up to now, you cannot confirm to me that people go to market on Mondays. So it's still a problem. So we still need a solution.
One of the things that Nnamdi, I think one of his most popular clips was where he said, let me leave this place and return to my people, and let me see if anybody will carry out any acts of violence. They would listen to me. Is there a workable solution? Is there a meeting ground right now, a political solution to all of the madness going on in the East?
No, for me, it should be a political solution. It shouldn't be a judicial solution. It's a political solution. Call the key players to order. What are these people asking for? They were asking for fair deal in the enclave called Nigeria. That's what they are probably asking for. And which, if give it to them, it will work. And let me clear something here. That money is at home. It does not hold as it used to. At least I was nowhere. I've been doing what I've been in Aba. People still go doing their business on Mondays.
Everywhere?
Yeah. And again, that store at home was not introduced by
IPOB.
No, it was by IPOB, but not by Nnamdi Kanu. It was introduced when federal government had him. So he didn't sit at home because his cases were coming up on a Mondays. First time it happened, the case was supposed to come up on a Monday. They asked their people, everybody, the southern region, to sit at home as a protest.
That was how it began.
That's how it started.
And then it became something else.
Yeah. So what they require is right now is political solution, not on trances like people like Orji Uzor Kalu. They're seeking for self-relevance. That is not what is needed. We understand that Eastern region leaders, they've been quiet on it. They played politics with it, and I don't blame them. But it got to the point that Nnamdi Kanu became so popular that if he campaigns against you, you are done politically. So when he was arrested and incarcerated, a lot of them getting back their political relevance. So they didn't push for his release. I understand it's all about politics. They wanted their freedom. They wanted their space. But keep quiet. Don't come and make incisive statements. Don't come and say, my fellow Igbo man, more than 30,000 of my fellow countrymen were killed. And you don't have any record. There's no statistics. There's no way you can prove this. So that's the issue. He must provide data. He must provide evidence of what he has said.
Well, personal reason or not, be it as it may, the lives of Nigerians should not be toyed with politically or for any other gains besides the gains of the Nigerian people themselves, whether they're from the north, south, east, or west. We remain Nigerians. We'll continue to look at the stories and bring them to you right here on Alternative Mindsets. Have a good afternoon.